Oh, got the light one to Paul.
That's a winner. Oh my goodness. Yep, it's all over. Haley is the winner.
Karina bowled good.
Yeah, she did. She bowled great.
Just didn't have enough.
One shot worth the washout there that killed her.
Absolutely.
Made a great split conversion in that game.
Exactly.
I mean,
give herself a chance.
yeah, she really did.
So no, all the applause goes to Haley, but we do reserve some for Karina as well. She bowled well. Haley did win, so that's great.
Yeah, she'll get the runner-up check for $750, and Haley will get $1,000 plus a $500 convenience spot.
You got it. You got to go give some money away.
Yeah.
All righty.
All right.
Okay. Sorry, we did have a little technical issues. Hopefully we got those fixed. But Karina comes in second place. Haley is your winner this year. And we'll be back in just a second. We're going to switch over to 7 and 8, so you can watch a little bit of that match, and I'll be back in just a second. Okay, an update on the men's side matches. Steve Bodovinik wins the game 1, 214, 197, and Mason Moore wins the second game in that match 199 to 159. Then again, we'll go through some of these. DJ Grinds 236 the first game to Brandon Knowles 216, and then Brandon Knowles shoots 216 again, and DJ Grinds shoots 211. So it's one game apiece. Mason Robinson versus Adam Miller. Adam Miller has a 2-0 lead, shooting 220 and 201 to Mason's 146 and 148. Ron Johnson III versus Richard Perkovich. Ron Johnson does have a 2-game lead, 189 and 227 he shot to Richard's 172 and 174. And in the last match, Isaac Hernandez versus Noah Gallegos. Isaac 209 to 175 the first game, and 211 to 171. So Isaac has a 2-game-0 lead in that match as well. So once these matches are done, we'll cut to the top 5. Then we'll all stair step. 5 versus 4, 4 versus 3, 3 versus 2, and 2. The winner of that will take on the number 1 seed for the championship. Okay, we're hoping with our fingers crossed that we've eliminated all the technical issues that we're having. We apologize, but hopefully we got everything fixed and everything is going in the direction it needs to go. What we're on now is the Mason Moore Steve Botvinnik match. We do have a conclusion of one match already. Noah Gallegos in the Isaac Hernandez match. Isaac Hernandez wins 3-0. The other 4 matches are still in progress. A couple may go to 5. So Isaac will be moving on to the stair step. Okay, Mason with the washout. Does convert it. Steve will be up on lane 8. Comes up a little short, leaves the 1, 2, 4, 7. See if Steve can convert this. Actually, he does. Okay, and the DJ Grinds Brandon Knowles match. DJ's up. Hold on 1 second. Okay, and the DJ Grinds Brandon Knowles match. Brandon's up 2 games to 1 for DJ Grinds. All right, back in the saddles, Mr. Hernandez. You're just disposing of people today.
Yeah, I hate to say it like that, but yeah. I know we talked about my little injury I had with my legs, and it kind of popped up again today. So I'm just I'm trying to get to the line with minimal hurt. And from the last time this happened, unfortunately, it was against Noah, and Noah ended up beating me. So, and we're just sitting down there chit-chatting. He's like, you better go all the way. You better get some ice, and, you better this and that. And I was like, you know what, brother? From the last time we bowled and I had this injury and it flared up, I learned how to slide. So I can get, at least I can get to the line with very minimal hurt. But my 10 pins, those things are hurting really bad. So I still got to figure that part out. But
Yeah,
I mean, overall, I mean, I'm
Seeing it good?
Yeah, I'm seeing the lane really good. I think my ball choices are really good too. So I don't really see anybody playing the lanes like I'm playing. So it just kind of confuses me a little bit. Do I know something they don't? I don't know. It's hard to say. So, but I've got a really good look out there, and I've thrown about 4 different balls, and the look's been about the same. So
Gotcha.
yeah.
Well, that's good.
So, I'm having some fun. So I just need to try to keep moving and not let this hamstring get any tighter than what it is. So, and that's probably not good news for next week, but we'll see if I can heal up by then. We got Wichita.
No, you don't have a choice. What do you mean next week? You better withdraw today.
I ain't withdrawing until either I'm taking home the first place or at least second.
There you go. Because you're which seed are you? Or what seed were you?
I was 11th, I believe.
Oh.
Yeah, I was 11th because I was like in 10th the whole weekend pretty
Yes,
much.
you were.
After I got up there, I stayed in 10th. So it didn't matter whether I shot a good game or a bad game, I was in 10th. So I'm like, okay,
Gotcha.
that's good. So, I lose 5 pins here in 10th. Gain 20 pins, I'm in 10th.
So actually, nope. So for this round, you were the 6th position, 6th seed.
Okay.
So, in theory, if Mason was the win, Brandon was the win, Adam was the win, and Richard was the win, then you'd be the #1 seed on the stair step.
Well, that could be a good thing.
The odds of that happening is very slim, by the way.
Come on, man.
But
Why you got to get my hopes up like that?
now, we can look at the other way. If Steve wins, DJ wins, Mason wins, and Ron Johnson wins, then you're the 5 seed.
So I still got to climb the ladder.
Yeah. You either could be at the top of the – well, obviously you can either be at the top of the ladder or at the bottom.
Yeah, okay.
But
well,
and somewhere in between. So
I guess it just depends on what everybody else does.
yeah, your fate is in other people's hands.
I wouldn't go that far, but I mean, honestly, with the way I'm feeling, I think I'd rather just keep going. I don't want to sit. Tell you the truth. So if I could.
So you want to either be the 5th seed, 4th seed, or 3rd seed?
Yes. I want as minimal downtime as possible right now. So,
Gotcha.
that break we had, I think I sat for almost an hour. That kind of hurt. So, but I mean, overall, I think it's pretty good. I'm liking what I'm seeing. I mean, a lot of good players still left in here. So.
Yes, sir.
I just got to do what I do and just keep mowing them down, hopefully. So, we will see.
Jeffrey Delaney says, way to go.
Hey, thank you, Mr. Delaney. I appreciate that. I'm still trying to use that IQ Ruby. I mean, I'm taking a look at it at the end of the games, and it's not quite there yet. It's close, but not quite. So, I mean, I missed a little right. It's gone. But I got that little tug to the left, and it holds. So, I'm just not going to trust it right now. So.
Gotcha.
Yeah. So, all right.
Awesome sauce. Well, these games they're taking the long route there. Instead of just sweeping, we got some 4s, potentially some 5-game matches.
Well, they're getting their money's worth.
They are. They absolutely are.
Somebody asked me that. They're like, why aren't you taking them all the way? I'm like, I'm trying not to hurt anymore. Why, I mean,
Plus, you want to win as the least amount of games as you possibly can.
Yeah, exactly.
Why put any undue stress when you don't have to?
Yeah, ain't that the truth?
Especially when you're, because anything can happen.
Yeah, definitely. Anything can happen.
So you don't want to give anybody that opportunity to come back.
Yeah.
Because if you went 2-0 and then they won 1 and then then they won 2,
yeah.
now you're getting a little tighter.
Yeah, and it was a little crazy because Noah was out there where I'm at, was playing the lane, but he was struggling, and I think his ball choices, they were close but not quite. So I mean, he used something a little strong, and if he missed either way, the ball never recovered. So and then he'd go to something a little shiny, a little smoother, or a little more surface but smoother, and he would have the same issue. So, and Noah is a fabulous player.
Absolutely.
I'm honestly shocked that he didn't quite figure it out, to tell you the truth. So, because Noah's that type of player that can figure it out, and I just don't know if he wasn't seeing it right, but I don't know.
These remaining 10, I mean, that's pretty not the easiest field to get through.
No,
You've got
no.
some players out
I
there.
guess, yeah, there's a lot of players. All these players that are left have won something, multiple somethings. Let's put it that way. So.
Absolutely. I was talking to Ricky, and whoever wins today, obviously will be a new winner for the Megan. Cause,
oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
We're going, year 1 was him, year 2 was Dwayne Mellinger.
Yep.
3 was, I just always keep forgetting 3. 4 was Jason Duran. 3 was Stephen Kurtz.
Oh, that's right, Kurtz, huh?
So
last year was
Jason Duran.
Duran, yeah. So
Haley Howard leaving the building.
Did she win it?
Yes, she did win.
Did she really?
Absolutely.
Nice. Congrats to her. Yeah, we could feel their energy all the way down on 15 and 16 from lanes 1 and 2. I was like, wow, the ladies are pumped up.
That they are. They are bowling well.
Definitely pumped up. So.
Yeah.
All right.
All righty, man.
I'm going to go walk around, try to stay loose, and get some beverages.
You got it. Thank you, sir.
Yep, thank you.
Okay. Looks like Adam Miller versus Mason Robinson. Adam Miller is up 2-1. Mason decided to win game 3, 227 to 199. And then Steve Bodovinik and Mason Moore match. It is 2 games for Steve, 1 for Mason. The last game went 201 to 172. So they are in game 4. Steve wins this, he advances. DJ Grinds, Brandon Knowles, they're in game 4 as well. If Brandon wins, he advances. If DJ wins, they go bowl a 5th game. And Mason and Adam Miller, if Adam wins, he's going to advance. Mason wins, then they'll bowl a 5th game. And Richard Perkovich, Ron Johnson match, they are still in game 3. So they are just plotting along down there. So as soon as we get some more scores from down yonder, we'll bring them to you. Okay, and the Ron Johnson-Richard Perkovich match. Ron Johnson does sweep and win over Richard. 189 to 172, 227 to 174, and the last game was 202 to 135. So Ron Johnson will be advancing. Okay. Getting close to crunch time here on these last matches to get our top 5 for our stair step. Isaac Hernandez said he was leaving, but then he keeps coming back. So I put Ricky in the middle to run a block for me so we can keep Isaac out of here.
Yeah, I'm back. I'm like a cold sore. Brandon Knowles getting stronger as the tournament goes. So is, well, Isaac hasn't lost, so.
Absolutely. That's what I was talking to him earlier. He said his knee is giving him a little bit of problems right now, though. So, and it doesn't hurt unless he's shooting a 10 pin. So he's going to try to avoid leaving those.
So Brandon Knowles moves on.
Yes, he does.
This match here, Steve and Mason, is Steve up 2-1, right?
Yes.
Mason, rough start to this game, but if he strikes out, it could make it a match real easy because Steve just opened in the 5th for 83. And 65 in the 5th for Mason.
Got that one to go high.
Well, the last one, he really got weak at the bottom and went 2, 4, 6, 10. And that, to me, that's just remnants of the last shot. And it haunts you all the time. You see it so often. Light one shot, grab at the next.
Absolutely. You're supposed to be forgetting shots after they're gone, but
short-term memory, but it's not easy to do.
No. Does make the spare. And looks like there's nobody happier about it than him.
Still looks pretty close down there with Adam Miller. Just made a 2-8, which isn't easy either. It's a pretty close match. Well, it looks like they're going at 2-0 pace.
Oh.
That's what I was just saying. So hard to stay out of trouble. And he really softened up on that shot.
There's the Greek church.
Yeah, if Steve would get through this match, he goes to the #1 seed.
And if Mason gets through the match,
Get through the hard ones.
then Mason would be at the bottom of the stair step.
Crazy. Where is Brandon? 9th. So right now he's in 5th. Unless Mason would win, then he'd be 5th and 4th, which would still bowl each other. Isaac was 3rd, wasn't he? 6.
And this one was done, so Ron is ahead of Isaac.
Yeah, so he's going to be 3rd or 2nd.
Yes. Okay, Mason may want to take care of this spare.
Yeah, for sure, especially since Steve gave you an opening. And that tightens things up. I would think the match is pretty close to even now.
Looks like Steve's making a ball change.
The match is 1 pin. If Mason strikes, it would be 105 to 106 in the 7th frame. Yikes.
That's what you want, the drama. The
Yeah, it gets. This format gets like that, you know. It's like it's seesaw back and forth in one game, but then you're adding the other totals in. So, of what you've won before. That was a good shot.
Absolutely.
110. Ooh, great
Okay.
shot. That looked like a hype solid. Which I would think that helped get it through the front of the corner.
Okay.
Wow.
Steve's going to hurt himself. Okay. Mason strikes there.
Now it's still a one-pin game. Both have strikes in the ninth. This is going to be a nail biter, I feel. This could be the match that goes the distance. Just got one other match going on.
Is that Adam Miller?
Adam Miller and Mason
Robinson. Yeah.
Wow, good shot.
Okay.
Good shot. Ike's going, please get down. I want to get out on the lane.
Exactly.
That's what makes it, it does make it tougher when you're waiting around like that. But if you got a good look, you fall back into it really good.
True. I was asking somebody when we were at the Trevor Clinton Memorial tournament, would you like to keep bowling, or would you like to be get the bye and be at the top seat? And everybody, the 5 or 6 people I asked, everyone said to a man that they would rather sit and wait and be the bye, no matter what.
Yeah, because you don't. Either way, you're first or second.
Exactly. So, Steve Mason match will go to 5 games.
I think Steve could strike out and beat him by a stick.
Oh, that's right.
That ball hooked 3 times. It just ripped the rack light, and then that ball hooked 3 times. Wow. We're going to have to explain how that works. I thought it was good off his hand, and it just... Holy cow. So there are big shots here. If he gets the first 2, then he only needs 5 now. Wow.
Nice shot.
That was pure. That was pure. This one here is pretty much a winner. 30, 190. I think we're done with the other match, maybe.
They're
Yeah.
texting somebody, so I'm going to assume so.
I'm guessing it was Adam Miller that made it.
So if it's Adam Miller, Isaac will be ahead of him. Oh.
Oh my gosh. Oh, that thing had enough momentum, but it was just on the back of the deck. Wow, this goes at 5.
It does.
Holy cow. That was an amazing shot.
Where drama filled. Okay, so here we're going to bowl a 5th game.
Yes, we are. Well, only match going to 5. This will determine the 1 or 5 spot.
Yes, that is true.
And then that puts, if he is the 5 spot, it puts Ron Johnson to the top, right? No.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, Johnson won.
What
So
was
Johnson won, Brandon Knowles won, and Adam Miller won. So yes, it would put
Ron Johnson.
Ron Johnson at the top.
I wonder if Ron's rooting for.
Is he rooting for Mason or is he rooting for?
That could be a big swing in money.
Yes, and Mason starts off with a strike, so.
That one did hook 3 times.
Yeah, Ron Johnson won, and Adam Miller won. Brandon Knowles, and then that one. So Brandon can either be the 4 or 5 seed. He's not moving anywhere. And if Steve wins, first match will be Brandon versus Adam Miller. And then Isaac would move to the 3 seed. Steve crosses over, leaves a 5.
That lane is getting to be ugly. That ball read up the lane too. That's the same pair that was pretty ugly for the match prior with Brandon Knowles and Brian Montoya.
Yes, that was our pair.
Yeah, and oddly enough, it's going to.
Our pair doesn't like to give up too many strikes.
No, it doesn't. It does like to give you weird looks. Like on 7, it's just reacting so bizarre. It wants to hang and it wants to hook.
You need a lane to do one or the other, not both.
So to me, this will be the interesting shot because if Mason has this lane, it seems like he's got lane 7. He threw a 3 in the 10th there, and then the first one here, so he's throwing 4 in a row on that lane. But to me, the pair looks like it's different, so he's going to have to still hit this line.
Oh.
Oh,
caught the
break
there. That was a big one.
Yeah, it was. But that's what the friction on 7 is really apparent, and 8 looks like it's still tight down lane. Or at least in the mid lane, where Steve's still playing out there on that lane, but lane 7 he's going to have to figure out as well. So it's not like gimme match for either one of them at this point. That was a huge break to break that up.
That was.
Usually if I knock the 2-4 out of a shot like that, I just have to shoot the 8-10.
Okay, so he's back over to 7. He did strike there. He doubled in the 10th and then did leave that 3-6-10 on the fill ball. There's a 4-pin there. Okay, he does make the spare. So Steve will be up on 8.
Close. He's got that lane. It's funny, he has the right lane and Mason has the left lane.
They combined together, they shoot 300.
Yeah, neither one of them's got both lanes. It'll be interesting if Steve either ball changes and moves left or just moves left with the height. I think he's going to try to move left here. The worst thing he can do right now is try to out-execute a bad ball reaction, which I tend to do a lot. I think he's going to try to go up the boards.
Yes.
He really needs to be about 18 on this shot, in my opinion, but it looks like he's going to try to play around 10, 12. Up the gutter.
Oh.
Ring 10.
Yes.
Great shot. It is. If he's got that, that'll at least. I mean, they're similar lines where I don't feel like Mason can play as similar. Because he's really deep on 7, and it looks like he's trying to swing at 8, where Steve looked like he made a move to the right and took something off, maybe. She is a smart one of the family.
So if Mason wins, it would be Ron Johnson in the top seed, Isaac in the 2nd seed, Adam in the 3rd seed, Brandon and Mason in 4 and 5. And then if Steve wins, Steve's your top seed, Ron is the 2 seed, Isaac is the 3 seed, Adam and Brandon will bowl the first match.
Wow. Mason found lane 8. And he already has 7, so this might be our first double of the match. Dang, that RG squad backpack is bigger than she is.
Yeah, he does strike there.
Yeah. 2 frames earlier than Steve can double. Advantage Mason.
Yes, sir.
But can change in one shot at this point.
Yes, kind of like what we've seen with the women when Karina kind of had it in hand and then opened in the 8th. Okay, Steve may want to strike here.
got a hook. It was about 2 to the right down lane, and he missed the head pin. Oh, this could be trouble for Steve. This spare looks easy, but you can chop it 9 ways to China. It is so many ways you can chop this. Whew, that was one of them, but he did get it. It's not an easy spare. It seems easy because they're right in a row like that, but it's really easy to get the ball to go through the pins a weird way because there's only those pins. And that gave count away too at the 7 count.
Yes. Good thing is he did not open.
Correct.
He almost did there, but he did cover the spare.
A little softer, a little more touch.
There we go.
That time he got the 10 out. He still can shoot 247. So he's still got a lot of room to shoot a decent game. But right now he is down by 12, 13, 12.
Wow.
That ball read perfectly. I'm not sure what that ball is. I can't tell. It's kind of it looks a little bit like that motive ball, but I know he's from Brunswick.
Exactly. See, yeah.
Sometimes the lights and the rev rate and the colors really can blend.
Yes, sir. Does get the 9 out.
I think we're doing good.
Yeah, what's that?
I think things are going good. They're turning out all right.
Yeah, that's great.
Some factors we can control and some other factors we can't.
All right, Steve's up on lane 8.
Yeah, for sure. I know he's going to get there, but Isaac is just beating everybody. He's got a good leg.
Steve with a flat 10.
This is fast becoming not a good situation for Steve-O.
No. Steve needs to cover this up. Okay, he does make the spare. It's getting a strike time now. He's gonna have to make some strikes.
He's got to have them all now, in my opinion. Just to give him something to think about as he goes up there. So if he gets this one, stuck to 220, I believe. Yep, 220. 7. Mason's going at a 220 pace already. So
Okay, Steve does make the strike there. Mason also cleaning the approaches while he's here.
yeah, he's doing a little housekeeping. shot. Twice he's flirted with that 2-4. He had the 2-4-8, the 2-4-10 up and the 2-4 collapsed. And that time he had the 2-10 standing for a split second. The 10 got snapped out of there. So he's been fortunate on that lane a couple shots.
Yes, he has.
But he's made some really good shots to get the 4-bagger for sure. Got 10th place money. 6th through 10th. $650 a person.
Does make the spare.
In case you're doing the math at home, Scott.
So Mason's going to have to finish on lane 8.
Right.
So
He is
he's
going to
have
have
to
to lane that he's had a little
Yeah.
wiggle. So this could really get it. If he doesn't strike here, he'll lose count, and then it puts it to almost even. If he goes 9 spare here, he puts it to an even match if Steve strikes out, and it'd force him to double on a tough lane.
Uh-oh.
Oh, now Steve can actually win if he doesn't double. This is getting close, which is great. I mean, the competition is awesome,
Yes, we don't want it to be a blowout.
especially after going 5. You know, the only ones to go 5 games.
Exactly. Like if you went close, 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 close for 4, and then a blowout in the 5th.
Yeah.
Okay.
He
I just wanted to make it interesting.
He don't exercise, so he's using to get his heart rate up on his spare shots. He missed a workout today, but his cardio's right up there.
All right, Steve.
He needs this hit. And he struck both times in the last 2 balls on the left lanes. And he's been really close on this lane, too.
Yes.
He had it earlier. I just think he needs to be a little firmer and more straight at it on this lane, because there's a little bit of bump back if he gets it there right. It's pretty good.
Got it.
Wow. You can't throw it any better than that. That split
No.
the 8-9. He wasn't going to leave anything there.
No. He was chopping some wood there.
This is getting interesting. So Steve strikes out here. It's 227.
7. And Mason can finish at
236, but he need a double to get there.
yes.
And if he doesn't double, he can't get there.
No.
Bar, you know, Steve's kind of got the match in his hand to make him go up and double in 10th, which early on it didn't look like he was going to even have to show up in the 10th, you know.
That's why we bowled 10 frames.
That's why, unless you're a Quaker or Amish, then you go ahead and throw 15.
Okay, after the reset, Steve is back up on 10th frame, lane 7.
Close. What a shot.
It was.
Maybe got an eyelash or something, maybe.
I think he got some wood in his eye for that one shot on lane 8.
Yeah, when he saw the rack there. This is a big, big ball. This is his tournament life right here. And I'm sure he knows it. Wow.
All right.
That is a huge shot. Now he needs 10 here to make him show up.
Yeah, because if he gets 9, we can have a tie.
Could have a tie. Chris. That's all that Bulbert needs to say. Possibility of a tie. Let's watch.
It's a big one.
Well, I tell you, his last 3 shots couldn't get any more clutch. They were just dead flush labeled.
Yes, they were. There's a reason why he was on Team USA.
Yeah.
There's no doubts the Duke can bowl. All right.
That's close.
Oh.
Oh, my. Oh, my. Oh, my goodness. You needed that to make him double. Now you can go strike spare to tie.
Steve finishes with 226.
He's still going to have a strike here, though.
Yes, got to get the first one.
Got to have the first one, but the next one, the 9-pin, it would have made him have to double. So a little bit less pressure, but still you have to have this shot right here. It doesn't really matter. Morgan is pacing like an angry parent. Need to have a baby.
Here we go.
Oh my gosh. I cannot believe what I just saw the last 2 frames.
Yes.
That makes Steve the #1 seed.
Yeah, it does. Incredible.
I'll be darn. What a match. These 2 guys put it out there.
They did.
I mean,
Absolutely.
If you like bowling, you had to love this last match we watched. That was incredible.
I guarantee this strikes. Nope. Okay. Well,
Yeah, usually it does, but
he
what
made the shot he had to make.
Yeah, he really did. You
So-
can't
No.
can't throw it any better than those 2 guys did.
No,
Last couple
absolutely.
shots.
So shouts out to
I'm going to pass
Mason?
out some money.
Yeah, he's
That's a brutal loss.
Zach. We're going to get ready for our stair step. We'll be back in
Top
just a
5.
moment.
Wonderful match there. Mason Moore, Stevie got a minute. Stevie's going to move on right there. Mason, hell of a run. He was last guy in today, last seed. Gave it a wonderful run today. Round of applause, Mason, Noah G, Perkovic, Mason Robinson, DJ Grind just got eliminated. We're in the top 4. You guys had a wonderful weekend. You'll see Mr. Schissler, he's got your financial gains. We're going to do some quick seeding, get you guys announced, tell you what seed you're going to. Step ladder will be down on lanes 5 and 6. All right, matchup number 1, your 5 seed today, Brandon Knowles, the BK Broiler. 4 seed, Adam Miller. I have no clever nickname. You are the 4 seed, BK was 5. 3rd seed, Isaac Hernandez. 2 seed, Ronnie Johnson. Your #1 seed, Stevie Badman. 1 and 2 will be on for some practice for you guys. 5 and 6 will be your future pair. We'll get some names popped up and let you guys warm up on that pair in about 2 minutes.
Okay. We have Brandon Knowles, Adam Miller. It's our 4-5 seed. If we can get anything half as good as the last match, it's going to be awesome.
Okay, we're back, top 5.
Exactly. Brandon Miller or Brandon Knowles and Adam Miller. Just reading two names at the same time.
And 4-9 to start. I'm actually a little surprised he's going with that ball. But it is fresh pair, so he obviously saw something he liked. That was a match, last match. We were treated to some really good. The girls, Haley, she bowled amazing to that Gitzer arena.
Oh, gave it a run. Okay. Adam Miller. Gets it all to fall over.
Yeah. Stuff going crazy.
Oh.
That ball
Eesh.
checked a little bit early too. So did Brandon's, and maybe lane 5 is reading earlier than 6. Or he got a little bit straighter through the front because his last ball didn't quite get to the pocket the way he wanted to see it, maybe.
We'll give it a run.
Oh, almost off the back of the wall. So, strike open. Will it be strike? I mean, if you're going in patterns and you believe in that stuff.
And this pair is fresh.
Fresh.
And
But
you're
it's been sitting.
for a while,
so
yes.
That always makes them play a little bit. I don't think maybe the people at Kegel don't get that, but for everybody at home, when a lane sits, it actually is breaking down, even if there's no balls going down it. There's a certain amount of saturation and dissipation and evaporation that happens to
all the Asians.
a lane, yeah. And so
bowling. Oh no!
The thing that happens in Colorado is most of the centers in the winter, especially, are having hot air blown on them to keep the center in the 70s. Now the opposite happens in Florida, where Kegel's from, and it's cold air blowing on the pattern. So they send up these 24-unit patterns that have cold air blowing on them all day. Oh, they held up fine. Oh, plus we got 80% humidity. Now, I know we have snow here, but it's desert climate. There's no humidity in the air. The only humidity is that with a yardstick out there, you can tell how many inches we got on the ground. And that's it. We don't have that moist air to help keep the oil around as well. It's so dry that it dissipates even at a faster rate than it would anywhere else. There's a balk.
It is.
So 24 units in Colorado is a little more than a sneeze and a sniffle because it just doesn't last.
Okay, we'll try take 2.
We will see what happens. That one read it, but it went forward. The other one he threw, read it, and kept continuing on. That ball rolled forward at the break point, which is, I think, what he wants to do right now, control the backs as much as he can, because he's got big rev rate, so it's probably the best layout for him at this point. I think if he gets into...
Okay, Adam does get a 10.
The Venom Shock, the other guys may be in trouble, because that ball read the lane really well. Although, we got some shot makers that he's got to get through. We got some good players.
Yes. But as you were saying earlier, if he can get through this match, which is on the super fresh, he's gotten better as the day's gone on when he's got to sit on lanes for a while. So
as they start to burn up just a touch, then he gets a little bit better motion down lane, a little more angular, and he's been really tough after that. He's struck as much as anybody has. You know, throw some strikes at that point, but this is a key match, really. If you find a little groove, you might be able to stay there. Not sure.
That's another 9-pin. Maybe you should rename the center 9-pin.
Yeah. 9-pin, no tap.
Or their lounge, the 9-pin lounge. There you go. It's called the Sandbagger Lounge now, so they may rename it.
Yeah. We've seen a bunch of those. No problem on the spare.
And he covers that one up.
The other one, there was an issue. That's the other thing. You can't just give a single pin spare. And we all do it, but man, that's brutal.
Yeah.
It's hard to make up.
The unforced errors can kill you.
And you know, right now, unless somebody just dead figures it out, it's just hard to string strikes until they get some balls go down there to create a little bit of carry down, and see where this ball reads. Ooh, just tipped enough. I didn't know if it was going to go hard enough or not, because it looked about 2 to the right. Just barely tipped up. Ike is watching to see where everybody's playing, so he has an idea what's going on with the breakdown.
He's the number 3 seed.
Yeah, it'll be in the next match.
Guess what?
There it is. Speak of the devil.
It's thoroughly incredible. Needs to cover it up.
Ooh, skinny jeans.
Absolutely. So he shoots his 9 with a thumb.
9 and
10.
10.
Yep.
That was close. He's got a pretty good lead right now. He's 57. There you go, Adam. Good shot.
Absolutely. Gonna need a couple more of those. Make up for that open.
Yeah. Getting back. If he gets this one, he gets within 10. 9, I believe. But it's not a good place to be. Crazy thing about bowling is the strikes if you're the spare between strikes, how quickly the lead can change.
Yes, sir.
Oh, that's got to hook a block. Maybe two. Ah. Nine pin to 10, and that's you try to leak it a little bit to get the 9 out, and that's what happens. Good try though.
Yes, sir.
Almost knocked it out of the back. Hair more, he slides it over.
Fortunately, he has another open. It's making Brandon's life a little easier.
Out. Wow. I was thinking 4-6 off his hand because it stood up really early. It's a good thing that ball rolls forward because that would have been a disaster. It hooked and it stopped. It looked high off his hand. And
yes.
And it did read early, but then it just stood up and said, I'm not going any further left.
And he's fortunate enough to just lead a 4-pin.
Very fortunate. That's look big with the thumb too.
Okay. Maybe it's just single pins he shoots with a thumb.
Maybe. I did it that way. I shot everything unless I have a sleeper or something like that when I use my thumb. But and he's flat enough at it. I wonder if he was ever one-handed switched.
That's a good question. Every time I've known Brandon, I think I've known him about 5 to 7 years, and he's always been two-handed.
Yeah.
So, who knows?
Maybe he just taught him that to shoot it like that, which is kudos.
So
that's a smart way to me.
The $1 million question for you after we watch this shot.
Very fortunate there.
Comes up light.
2-8-10.
So if you shoot all your single pin spares with one hand, but multiples with two, if it's just a 5-pin, are you shooting it with 1 or 2?
On a normal shot, a shot that isn't demanding, I shoot it with 2 hands.
Okay.
If it is a pattern, it's going down there with 1 hand.
There you go.
But although this is another one here, usually I hook at this, but on a pattern that may have a ton of OB, or a lot of friction in the middle, I'm gonna throw it with my spare ball, 2-handed at it.
Uh-oh.
Because of stuff like that. I know I can make the 2 dead center.
Okay.
If I need to, and I know what I have to do that. But sometimes when you have that, that's what he kind of moved in and tried to shape it, and it pushed a little longer, and that ball isn't as strong on the back because he's trying to control the back, and then he just the 8. So get to how guys that have bowled in the sport and kind of been competitive, whenever they see a guy open up, it seems like they always try to step on their throat with their strike the next shot. And it happens so much in match play.
Exactly.
And that's really what you're supposed to do. You're make them pay for it. Make them think about
that open. Yeah, it's going to cost you.
For sure. This could really tighten things up here. He's down in the match, but open versus 30 is huge. Oh, he thought he threw it good and it ran up. That lane is going to be tricky, and I have a feeling it's going to be that way the rest of the matches. Although Ike's been able to kind of figure him out, and Steve has been able to play the right and figure him out. So
yeah, it's going to be a matter of who can get a double 4-bagger, put that together,
and stay out of trouble.
Yes.
Neither one of them really done this game, and then Adam also compounded 9 miss on there too. So okay, so Adam would have 125 in the 5th with a strike, or I'm sorry, in the 8th, and Brandon has 124 already in the 7th with no spare. So, oh shoot!
Wow.
That was the shot I would take the 3 out of the rack. If I leaked it like that. But this is not a gimme spare.
No.
With the 8 makes it really difficult. If you get too much of the head pin, you're not going to get the 10. If you slide it too thin, you're not going to get the 8 because the ball will. Chances are you miss the 8 with the 2 or the ball. It's not an easy spare. This is a tougher washout right here. Hard and straight.
There you go.
Shot.
Made it look pretty easy.
That was beautiful. That was a great
As
shot.
good as he threw that, this is how bad he threw the first one.
You're 100% right. But he didn't lose count, so I mean, he could essentially should look at that as I left a solid 8 spare and move on.
Exactly.
But if he lets the remnants of that last shot, this one could either go through the face, or when he gets back up on 6, he can go through the face.
Yeah, because he's going to finish on 6.
Yeah, and he went through the face the shot before. He left the 4 pin. It was really high.
Yes.
And so I think that's the remnants of that 4 pin. So out the window it went. Looked like it threw that good.
Ooh.
I thought he threw that good, and it
Four,
did just what
6, 10.
Adams did.
Four, 6, 10. Looks like he's going to have an open in the 9th.
Oh, he got 2.
He did
Somehow
get 2.
he got 2.
He got 2.
I'm not sure how, but that changes things in a heartbeat.
All right. Adams up here.
He had this lane last time, so I'm thinking he's going to strike. Looks good.
There we go.
They're getting the ball to kind of stand up early on 6 and not really charge to the rack. 5, if they get it a hair right, it's 210-ish, and if they get it in a board, it's big 4-ish. They get a little straight in the front, 2 straight. I would be tempted to maybe throw this one hard and straight, or move zones to the right or left just to alleviate that. I think he moves softer and left.
Got
Great
it.
move.
That's a big shot there.
Yeah, it was. Now he can go 185, and that
So-
would shut Brandon Mills out. Oh
Yep.
my goodness. That
He
was
gets his
nice.
double here. He's basically, I mean,
Yep.
barring, he's going to need count.
6 or better and is a winner. He made the right move. He moved a little left and softened it. Threw into that place where it was kind of hooking early.
He's going to have to do it again. He
Yep.
does.
That's a winner.
So just needs 6.
Wow. Brandon had a really good game there. I believe he's going to have a decent payday still, but I tell you, I think if he could have got lined
Oh,
up.
what?
Oh my gosh.
Whoa,
Yeah, but-
Mayday.
Brandon's like, is he going to get 5?
Wow. Because I was thinking to myself, I didn't want to say it out loud. I was like, I might move off the gutter, because if he leaks it right and goes in a gutter,
Yeah.
it could be a problem. But
Yeah.
that was That was interesting.
Got a little sketch.
That was interesting.
So he can get the win by 2 pins no matter what Brandon does here.
So Brandon will be moving, or sorry, Adam Miller will be moving on to bowl Isaac Hernandez.
Tell you, it's a good tournament. I thought he threw the ball great.
Yes. It'll be interesting to see what Isaac does here.
The last two-hander in the building.
Has
Pretty
left
good.
the building.
Pretty good. I'm going to go give this kid some money.
There you go. I'm sure he's waiting on you.
Yeah, I bet so.
All right. The next match will be coming up shortly. They'll get a few practice shots, and then we'll get started. So hang tight. Bodovic walking in front of me. Makes me laugh. Looks like Adam Miller is going to start. And Adam will. Oops.
How's everybody's hearing?
Adam Miller's going to start, and he's going to start on lane 5. Does come out the box with a strike.
Yeah. He's figured it out. Brandon Knowles left with $1,000.
Wow.
Another.
Great payday.
Yeah, another line on the old tax documents there.
As it comes up lightly as a 2-pin.
Yeah, it's kind of weird because it looked like the phase 5 read really good for him, and then he went to, I don't know what that is. It almost looked like a proton physics. So much easier when there's 95 different colors. They stand out.
Yeah, back in the day, you either threw the black ball or the black ball.
Yeah. and once in a while, you might get a solid red one going down there. Like Walter A., red ball up 5.
There you go.
I've said this before, and I think that as much as Walter Ray's won up the first arrow and Parker Bona's won up the first arrow on the left, they should just rename those arrows, the Parker and the Walter. Are you playing the Walter or are you playing the Parker today?
Oof.
Oh, man. I thought there'd be an advantage to whoever got through that first match.
Okay.
Just because coming on to fresh, these guys have beat them up where pretty much all day they kind of, the guys who figured out the pattern was on the fresh pair. So they kind of knew what they were doing, but now you've had different guys bowling in front of you. So it changes them enough that they're just not quite the same.
Absolutely. He did look like he had a pretty decent looking practice, though.
Yeah. And then he went to that ball. Must have saw something that we didn't, or just something, the comfort thing. I'll be interested to see if we don't pop back to that other ball. He threw a couple out, and they didn't read very well, so he opted to go back into the lane around 15-ish. And
that's going to be short, yep.
Yeah, that's kind of what Ike's ball did when he threw a couple in practice. It just labored down lane.
Okay, does cover the spare. And waiting on the next match is Mason Robinson. And our number 1 seed today is Steve Bodovic, who's somewhere around here, missing in action somewhere.
He's probably doing it alone. At one point we were at the Villages and it was 3 in the morning. I'm like, hey Steve, can we not do any more loans tonight so I can get some sleep? Oh, okay. The guy works constantly.
Adam goes high on that one. There's Steve.
He's got his ear thing. He's probably running interest rates through his secretary or something. Oh, man.
And he's got to make that Tesla payment.
Yeah. Probably pay for for the electricity bill.
All right, Isaac up on lane 6. After that open. He was short on us on last frame, left at 2-pin.
That looked like the phase 5. Oh, that could have went.
Okay, leaves a 10.
10 was a good shot. That pin went across the deck, hopped twice, and looked like it stuck to pine tar. It did not.
Isaac does make the spare. Okay.
There. I'm not sure if that one was. That almost looked like the proton again. But I think he went phase 5 proton, left lane, right lane, which watching Brandon, there was a spot out there that seemed to hook a little solid, or, a little more solid in the middle of the lane. I mean, it stood up right there, so maybe he's able to kind of get in there and shape it to that spot now.
Gotcha. Ooh.
Adam moved in again on that one, around 10. He did the last one around 5-6, and it had no chance.
Strikes are all of a sudden becoming a premium.
Yeah. The way Adam finished that last game, I thought he was going to be striking a little more, but just struggling to get both lanes again. Similar to what we saw in 7 and 8 against Stephen Mason. That left lane was just checking early. That was a good shot.
Absolutely.
Almost seemed like where there was early friction that looked like has hampered both players the match before has now become their friend, because now they've kind of moved left of that and thrown into that little friction spot. But lane 6 is still a lot of hang on 6. They haven't broke it down, or it just a little more oil in the wrong spot. That's that miss to the right, and it just doesn't pick up. You have to figure a way to get the ball into a roll a hair sooner on 6, whether they slow it down or get a little, move their feet to the right to square it up in the front. But they've both done that now, where they've tried to get it up the lane to the right, and it doesn't read back.
Oh,
That's
got
a
4.
heartbreaking shot. too. A little light.
Yeah, he was a little light on the last one. He did strike there, though, so he's been light throughout this match. Throughout this match.
Yeah. See if he can figure something out, because he has not lost a game all day, and now to get to the show and lose is kind of heartbreaking.
Yes. Get that one out there. Nice spare.
Yeah. With that 8-pin in back there, it can make it awful tricky. Adam seems to have this lane better than the right lane. I got that one up. He's been pretty fortunate on a couple hits here. Could have had a washout last time. He could have had a big 4 there. Well, Ike, we've got 2 start striking, or you're not going to advance.
Exactly.
He's at the point where it's a must strike. Adams avoiding some trouble with some off hits, but he's still clean. Moved in a little bit, and it never picked up.
Another washout.
And it's the same one. It almost seems like you went to the bigger ball, and I don't think he's seeing it's probably reading so early that he's not seeing it. Is that when he lofted and see how much more it read? He's losing his reaction in the first 8 feet of the lane, and he's not seeing it because you usually look around the arrows, so you're not seeing the ball stand up. And his spare shot, he lofted further on the lane, causing the ball to save a little energy as it gets to the front third of the lane, and then all of a sudden it saw the back of the lane cleaner and it went way left.
Oh.
A little more loft there too, and then the ball goes sideways because it actually sees the pattern.
Yeah. 3, 6, 9, 10. That's going to be a tough one.
He hasn't left him anything that is easy. Like, if he went 3-6 here, or left the 1-2, but he's left 1, 2, 4, 6, 10, 3, 6, 9, 10. Clusters of 4 and 5. It's really, you're really putting yourself into a tough situation.
Oh,
Yeah.
yep.
As soon as he gets his hand through it a little more and gets a little more loft, the ball just really goes sideways.
Yeah.
This one's all but over.
It's much easier to strike when the pressure's off.
Yep. Unless the jet engine falls through the ceiling right now, I'm going to pick it up. I get 2 chances for that last frame, Slim and None, and they both left town.
Yes. In the same car.
Yeah.
Three, 6, 9, 10.
Yeah, it was 9-pin last match, and now it's 3, 6, 9, 10. It'll be interesting to see how Ron Johnson tackles this pair now that we've had 4 games on it and from different players.
Yes. He gets 3.
And he has to get 2 pins if Ike strikes here.
Well, he doesn't even need that.
Now he just has to be able to stand up there and breathe. The criteria is dropping. He has to grow a hair on his no, he's got some, it's just cut really short. I was going to say this should wrap to add a little insult to injury, but he managed to get that one. Nothing more frustrating when you had a great day of bowling and then things don't go well when you're on the TV pair or the final pair.
Yes, sir. But Isaac did bowl well today.
Yeah. Yes, he did. He never lost a match till right now. That's tough to do.
Still can't get him to fall.
He couldn't strike now if it was 9-pin no down. I hate those days. But we talked about it. We had some great matches, and we said we might see some blowouts now, and this was pretty much a blowout.
Now he's probably gonna leave a 9-pin on this shot. No.
Jeez. That guy struck a lot, and he couldn't manage to strike. Great day for Isaac, though. He's always there. He's always close.
Yes, he is. So we'll watch Adam finish this up. We'll have Ron Johnson take his practice shots, and we'll be back.
Yeah, 2 to go.
Okay, looks like we're going to get this match started.
Finally. that was painful.
They were having a powwow as to where they wanted them to play, I guess. So Adam's going to start.
I think that was a good idea because the right lane is trickier, in my opinion. So that makes Ron Johnson finishing on the left lane, which I think is a little more forgiving. At first it wasn't. There was a little bit of a kind of a skid hook, but it looks like that lane has developed a little better.
Everybody's leaving at once.
Yeah, they must have carpooled.
I wouldn't doubt it. I would not doubt it.
The oops is here. I heard somebody yelling, Carol, Carol, up front. You look like a Carol. Scalpel went out there and said, I'm Carol.
All right, we got to retrieve a pin in the gutter. Zach is really good at this.
Yeah. Now hook.
He gets him every time. He's, I think he's
100
Exactly.
Yeah. He's been practicing for this tournament.
All right, Ron Johnson the third. Okay.
It started up like it was going to go hair high, but then it laid off. Ron's been pretty tough today, too. All these guys that get this far are really, really bowled well today.
Yes, absolutely. To get this far, you had to. You couldn't luck your way this far.
Yeah.
Yes, you had a little bit of luck, but you cannot luck your way this far.
No.
And Ron's a little deeper. Yeah, he's most definitely playing him deeper.
Yeah. He's getting the ball to stand up in a good spot.
Okay, Mr. Miller.
I have a feeling this is going to be, you're going to need some more strikes to win this game.
If Ron's going to continue doing that, for sure. Okay.
That's a good shot.
Spare strike. Okay, spare double. Now all of a sudden everybody can strike.
Yeah, I don't know what, maybe it sprinkled some magic strike dust on the lane. It wasn't oil.
It's amazing. It goes from nobody can catch a break into now everybody's striking. Okay, we have a turkey there. Isaac Hernandez. Standing right next to me, he just informed me into the world that he is buying dinner in Wichita next week. That's great. That's nice of him. I appreciate it, sir. I wouldn't want you.
He holds up for next week.
What's in Wichita?
Southwest tournament next week. So they.
PBA?
It's like a mini national.
Oh.
Ooh, gets that one to
Got
cross
it.
over.
Pretty big between the 5-6 states that are right there. If you like to vote for brackets, that's a place to go. Tons of brackets.
Okay, Ron's going to shoot his first spare here. Does cover the
problem there.
double wood.
Now Ron's kind of got a little red hair. We could have almost had an all ginger final. It has to get Clark back up here.
Ooh. Ring 10 for Adam. Adam does make a spare. Absolutely. Yes, sir. Good bowling. Somewhere around there. Uh-oh.
Look out.
Uh-oh. Mayday. Mayday.
Great tournament as always, brother. We'll see you soon, so be good, stay out of trouble.
Do you know who you're talking to? Don't stay out of trouble.
I'm going to take a break a little bit from some of the local stuff going on. Probably bowl the Swiss. Depending, I got to look at that because the Swiss is coming up here, but it's right around the senior masters time. So I don't know. I'm going to have to
Make a decision.
look at the schedule. I was thinking if it worked out, I would just drive from here halfway to Vegas and then get up in the morning and skip the practice session and just start fresh on Tuesday, I think. But I want to say it might start on Monday, so then it might be not feasible to unless somebody would take some of my stuff, but I wouldn't want to be bowling here for a lot of money and not have my stuff. So
That is true. This is very true.
decisions.
All right. Mr. Johnson carries that one.
He's got about a 20-pin lead going into the fifth frame here. Maybe 30 if he strikes this shot.
Uh-oh. Crossover for Brooklyn.
On a strike. It doesn't get much sweeter than that. Sweeter than Yoo-hoo. You know what I mean there, Mr. Munson?
Oh.
Man, I tell you, that's kind of in the match, and then guy goes Brooklyn to go up by 30. It's just hard to make a good shot then. It's easy to do what he just did, kind of grab it a little bit to try to make it strike.
All right.
Did he make it?
He did make it.
Great shot. That is that. You know what? That's a huge shot. I mean,
Absolutely.
because he mitigates the open that he would have had, and he's still got a chance to go 234. Obviously, Ron's going at 220 pace, but we saw what happened in the match against Steve and Mason. Oh, Nelly.
Okay.
Here he comes.
There you go. His confidence is sky high after he made that big spare. He comes back to strikes.
Little roll the 2 forward to say, okay, I'm not out of this. I should be, but I'm not. So sometimes that's if you know, it's like you're on house money at this point. So
Yes.
and sometimes the guys will start striking after shots like that.
Let's see what happens with Ron Johnson here.
Let's see if this one doesn't go out the window. Correct for that shot that he made on the last one, where he went Brooklyn. Pretty good.
Yes, sir.
That's when you know you're bowling good. You just phase that Brooklyn out and went right back to what he was doing. Now he's at 230. Adam's gonna need a little help now. Unless he just loses this hit, strikes, and loses another hit, then he could be right on pace again. But he's gonna need to lose a little bit of count. Still a possibility of a tie. This one is in that for Bo Burton. Yeah. Of course, if I was him, I'd be talking about the Firestone.
That's true.
15 times a show to have a cap on the highest paying tournament. What a travesty that was to our sport.
Good shot. That big spare conversion.
Yeah.
And the Brooklyn didn't phase him at all.
Yeah.
Adam's going to need a strike here.
Ring 10. Well, Slim just left town again. He's got a bus pass.
Nope. Where's the 7 when you need it?
Right?
Where?
Never happens. Yeah, I made it 100 times, but the 7 wasn't there.
Oh, just 10. Uh-oh.
C'est la vie, Ricky Bobby. C'est la vie.
Yeah, that was the final nail there.
Good tournament. He battled hard too. He went down in a match or two and came back.
Yes. And he's got a nice check.
Yep. good game because we haven't seen anybody really bust deuce on this pair. And he's
Absolutely.
going 240 here.
All right. Looks like Steve Bodovinik will be taking on Ron Johnson III. We're going to finish
like
this
I
up.
know those guys from somewhere. I can't remember where.
How much did Mr. Miller get?
I'm not sure, but
Okay, we'll figure it out.
yeah. It's
We
on
got to
the
take our cut off the top. So.
Yeah, whoosh.
So we're going to let them finish this up, and then we'll have Steve take his practice shots, and then we'll get started. It's $12.50. So Mr. Miller will be taking home $1,250. Okay, we've gotten to our title match. Steve Bodovinik versus Ron Johnson III. Steve's got a couple more practice balls, and he'll make a decision on whether he wants to start, finish, and which lane he wants to pull on first, or finish on. I think Steve has a couple more balls. You might not want to do that. Okay, and first place today is $4,000. Second place, $1,750. So they are not bowling for pennies, that's for sure.
No, that's a couple dollars.
Just a couple. We appreciate you guys getting all this money and giving it away. You could have just kept it all.
Yeah, I've already been accused of that.
Eesh. It's going to be interesting to figure out what Steve's going to do here.
Yeah, the tough part is that Ron just shot the biggest game on this pair. So it's got to be a little. That looks.
I think on the first one, he may have just tried the gutter just to see how much room he had to the right.
I wonder if that was a Wolverine. I know he doesn't like the Belmo balls. They don't roll very well for him.
Okay.
I actually do like it, but I thought that was a fate at first, but would it be a fate? I just don't see it. The color's the right color. There's only two colors I can think of, unless it's a phase 5 with some of the other colors in it. That looks pretty solid. That looks a lot like the fate. Maybe it is a Wolverine.
Decisions. I think this is Steve's last practice shot.
So they come in the second round. Both these guys come in the second round, so they went 1-2. So I know Steve's bowled 2, 4, 5, 10 games to this point today. And Ron's got to be similar, if not more. They both got their first round buys.
Okay. This is it.
Yeah, that's Steve, my boss at Total Bowling Dynamics, and Ron, who also works there.
If Ron
I'm-
wants to
I'm
keep his
kinda
job, he might not.
The middle, yeah, I'm kind of the middleman there. I hope I, you know.
Didn't get that one far enough to the right.
No. And I know Billy Gensch and Ron rode up together, and Billy's going, why did I do that?
Yeah, he was just yawning a second
Yeah.
ago. Well, the good thing is that since Ron has made it this far, he can buy the gas on the way home.
Oh, yeah. And then some.
So Ron does make the spare. Okay, we'll see what Steve does here on lane 8.
Oh, look out. That's who the ball he finished with on the match against Mason, and it did not see the lane. It really has to get that angle a little more square for that ball to see it there. I didn't notice that he threw very many out there in practice. So I don't know if that was, I'll throw this one the first shot and go back to where I was, or yeah, threw something different on the spare.
Exactly.
So I think that's where he's going to play. I really do think that I wish I would have thrown that one more shot because he had such a good look with it on 7 and 8 in our earlier match. But with the pattern sitting there for 3 or 4 hours, it's enough to change it. Plus you had 2, 4, 6, 8 games. Yeah. It could be a lot of stuff going on down there.
Absolutely. All right, Steve's up on lane 5. Got that one to go high.
I wish I knew what that ball was. Driving me nuts. I think of the Wolverine. But I swear I saw pink in the label. I think he said he liked the Wolverine, so that's what I'm guessing with the original Wolverine.
Gotcha. Either that or he's making them in his own house.
Yeah, or he's not worried about somebody calling Chad to throw that ball out.
All right, Steve, spare. Great bowling. Adam Miller.
Yeah, Adam Miller leaving the house.
Yes.
And just wanted to say thanks again to you guys. You did an amazing job
Our
broadcasting
pleasure.
all these tournaments. And
It is most definitely our pleasure. We have made it a mission from the second Megan on. We've done them.
yeah,
We
that was a different ball. That was the TNT.
that was. We're hopefully honor her memory well, and that's all we're trying to do is just bring the best and awareness to everything that she was about.
Yeah. She was a good competitor. I tell you, she had a form that such a deep knee bend and so solid at the line.
Absolutely.
Not a lot of girls throw it like her. Little wrist injury cost her her career, really. She probably would have been a big force on the
Yes.
ladies tour for sure, but not with a bunch of pins in your wrist.
Correct. That happened early, right?
Yeah, it was right around her college years when she first encountered that issue of span being too long.
Okay.
And she tore it, and she still managed to win 3 national titles, I believe, at the college level. So 3 college national championships, which is not bad.
No, not at all.
And she had all of her trophies up there at CSU, and it got flooded, and they got rooms.
Ooh.
The whole building and everything during that flood we had way back when.
Gotcha. Johnson comes up light.
He looks like he's not comfortable now. And he's looked like he's trying to fit it to a spot.
Yes.
And that's never good. And I'm really surprised at that because his look was so good. Even at the end of that match, the ball was doing the right things. It's so easy to get your eyes to play tricks on you when you want it to do something that the lane won't let it do.
That's correct. And let's see if he picks this up.
Oh,
Got
wow.
it. Absolutely.
Pressure situation, he does that. That was amazing. Good shot.
Makes it happen.
And we've seen some really, really great clutch shots today. We really have. I mean,
Absolutely. That's amazing.
Karina made that 2-4-10 in the early part of a game to keep her alive for, till the end. And
The 4-7-10s?
yeah,
Or
the
6-7-10s, yes.
back to back on the same lane by 2 different guys. That was,
We witnessed a lot of incredible things today.
yeah, we have.
All right, Steve. Did you make a ball change?
That looks like the Wolverine. Oh, jeez. I don't want it. You can have it.
Well, you figured that Ron can make this. He's going to be able to make it. So we'll see what happens.
If it happens again, well, then we'll have seen back-to-back by 2 different players twice.
That would make this the most incredible day.
Yeah. He's pretty good spear shooter, so.
Absolutely.
It's close. Oh, my Lord.
There we go.
Oh, man.
This is incredible.
Oh, my goodness. This is a good match so far. We've had 3 split conversions out of 6 frames, and they're not easy.
No.
Oh, my goodness.
They are putting a show on. See, then we went away from our strikes again. We had strikes all last game.
Yeah.
Then now we're back to the spares, and
It's so bizarre how, like, the light switched down there.
okay. Steve does strike there. He did make a ball change on that lane.
Yeah, he's changed more balls right now than most. That was a fate.
Yes, yes, it
The
is.
Pink label, fate, and he doesn't really like that ball.
No, that's going to sit on a different rack for a second.
Yeah. Maybe he found one that he kind of drilled different, and it was pretty good for him. It's just that ball is just a hair too long in my opinion because it's just so smooth on the back. But sometimes if you can square it up in a situation like that, it's probably a good idea to try it.
The fate?
Yeah.
Okay.
This is a big symmetrical ball here, and he made it go through the rack like a big symmetrical. Holy cow.
And just a second ago, I was asking where the strikes were. Now here they come.
They must have heard you.
They must have.
So we just wanted to show you we can make anything and everything, and now we're going to step up to strike and take a shot. And There is a possibility of a tie, and the winner here goes to the Firestone Tournament of Champions. Let's watch. If the power should go out, we would have to go to manual.
Yes.
I don't even think manual works today.
No. The good thing is there's a few people here who can keep score, so we're gold. We're good there.
Oh, we are good there. That's a different ball. It's going.
Oh.
I'm not sure what he's going on that one.
The only downside is we'd have to set the pins by hand.
Well,
Or Zach can do that, actually.
what are the chances of me and you?
Yeah. If the power goes out, we're going somewhere else with that money.
I'm diving on the table.
Okay, Ron does make his spare.
Skinny jeans.
Yeah.
There you go, Rob Sloan. Or Stone, I guess. Stone Sloan.
Hey, we got the whole crew in here. We got
Yeah.
Billy, Ron, Steve, yourself. Jeez.
Yeah.
Where's Tyson?
Yeah, where is he? He does a really good job up there managing the racquetball center.
Yes.
He really does.
Tyson
guy.
is a massive worker. Every time.
He tells me,
Ooh.
if you really want to get some practice in, why don't you come by around 6, 7 in the morning? I'm like, you realize I live an hour away, right?
Exactly.
I don't go fishing that early.
The amazing thing is every time we've done an event there, whether it's the Denver Masters, the Queens, Senior Masters, or any of the events that we've done there, obviously we have to get there early to get everything set up. So usually if the event's going to start around 8 o'clock, we'll get there around 6 o'clock. And Tyson is there every morning letting us in and giving us what we need, and we thoroughly appreciate that. Tyson is awesome.
Yeah, he's a great guy.
Good spare by Steve.
That, if you're counting at home, that's 2 splits apiece, conversions, and both going at 190 pace. 196, 195.
Absolutely. And the same here. We got here this morning. It's right around 6:45. Yesterday about 6:30, and Eddie was out there shoveling snow and everything else.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's what separates the independents from the corporates.
Yeah, that's for sure. I mean, Zach's he's a workaholic, and for he really, Carrie's even said that guy just won't ever leave. And I'm like, the other day I was up here practicing. He was polishing the floors for the pros to come in, and a lot of the pros would come up to me and say, "This is one clean center, It's so nice to come into something like that." And I'm like, "Yeah, they do a hell of a job." And the kids run around here, and they're not like a lot of the other places where you'll see just kind of hanging out. These kids are always hustling.
Yes.
But when your boss is out there busting his tail all the time, I guess it's kind of like, well, I better get on my stick a little bit. So lead by example, I guess.
Exactly. Plus, they had the same crew here for a long time. Eddie's been here forever.
Yeah.
He's about ready.
Eddie was from the Bolero that they used to have, when they come over from Bolero, I believe. So was Zach. He was just a teenager.
How long ago was that?
A long time ago, back when, who else? Chuck was here. And Ed Dynas. And what a great man Ed was.
Yes.
When you win an Eagle, you are the man. And I tell you, Jackson, the way he stepped into this role, it's just a ton of pressure on him. In my opinion, you got just everybody waiting for you to fail on it. He's made it better.
Yes.
He truly has. Nothing against Dad, because
he's just taken it to the next level. He modernized it and said, okay, what do I need to attract the youth, bring...
And he, what else he did? He didn't, he wasn't afraid to spend money where Ed didn't like to spend a lot of money. And he's done great.
And to Ed's credit, it's an old school mentality from proprietors back in the day. It was,
and
I
it
gotta
wouldn't
keep
be
some
here
of this
if
money.
It wasn't for that.
Exactly.
Because he knew
save
he
it
saw
for a
the
rainy day.
future.
Exactly.
Yeah, he saw the future, and people up this way are lucky, have Sweetheart and Highland Park, and Even
Yes.
Centennial's a little bit away, but I mean, this general area's got some nice centers. Independence, where I couldn't shoot a missile to a nice center. I have to drive 40 miles south or 40 miles to the
Ooh.
north.
And look what we have here. Well, we got a 9-pin on lane 5.
That PBA washout. And so, again, they're not really seeing it, but that shot before, he got off his hand really clean and the ball read the lane. Then he gets back on that same lane and he set it a hair short. Ball burned up off his hand, stood up, started to go, and then just stopped and went through the 3-pin. It's just, it loses so much inertia when it sees that early friction like that, but it's hard to see. And if you don't see it, now you're guessing yourself. You're second guessing.
Okay, he does pick the 9-pin up. Steve's in control.
I will be surprised if Steve don't go high flush here. Now, whether he strikes or not, I don't know. It almost looks like he switched to a dark code with a little bit of surface. He does throw a lot of polished balls with surface.
Oh. Yes.
That was the worst thing he could do. He should have stayed in the middle lane, in my opinion, because he had the opening, and clean could have won it. Now he's got to figure a way to make this. It's got to be shot like you would a normal washout, because you can't ricochet it and get the 8-pin. Ball hitting the head pin into the 6, so I don't think that's an option. And
Or you can do it that way.
Wow.
That's the way they teach you to make it.
I guess. I was worried that the 1-2 would go to the far enough to the left and bounce into the 6-10 and just leave the 8, but it came off the wall and nailed it. Wow. I don't think I would have ever shot it that way. Just the chances of getting the 8 there are slim and none, but he got him. Wow.
That was an incredible
So now
shot.
we've got 2 split conversions and a washout conversion. That 5-count washout, but it's really tough to make.
Oh, gets the 7 out, or the 10 out late.
Almost 7-10. It seems like you would just move a little left and try to fit it up the lane on 6, because he's gone light twice playing out, even though he switched balls and tried to make it turn a corner. It's just not turning a corner on 6. And they both went through and taken a 3 out of the rack.
Yes.
So to me, you have to go left on that lane, and just even if you like almost fall it back to the pocket, but hit the pocket and not, leave yourself anything ugly to shoot.
All right, Steve does make the spare. He's sitting on 144 in the 8th. And Ron, looks like you got, what, 109 in the 7th?
Yeah, so if he strikes, he's got 119. Steve can go 150 in the 8th with a strike. He can, if he doubles here, he gets it within 10 pins. Or actually a little less than that, because he has 9.
So Blight leaves a 2-pin.
And then I told that to Isaac. I said, hey, it was burning early. And he goes, really? And I'm like, well, you proved it when you lopped it a little more and it went sideways down lane. And he's like, you know what, that's right. That's what I said, you threw the washout and then you lopped it a little bit more. And all of a sudden the ball checked and got the 2-4. And then the next shot you threw in 3-6, 9-10 because you lopped it again. I go, but you just don't see it. So I think that's what happened to Ron. He set a couple short, and it stood up in the front really quick, and it burned up everything on it, and then the ball went long. So now he's thinking, I'll grab a bigger ball and get in the same spot. He threw one really good, and the next one, just a hair short, makes that ball stop. And 2-pin, take the 3 out of the rack. And there's a big enough hook spot down lane that they can feed it to it, and the ball will stand up and go, where there isn't on the right lane. They both do okay at hitting the pocket here.
Yes.
Carry might be a little weird, but at least they're hitting, controlling the pocket. That was better.
Yeah,
So
there we go.
Doing the right thing there. He's getting it a little off his hand quicker with confidence, but he's
It's a
just
good
not
shot.
getting the ball to do the right thing on lane 6, and neither is Steve. So advantage Steve because he's going to finish on the left lane.
Yes. So Ron does have to go back to 6
Yeah.
for his 10th frame. So
He can strike out for a 198. Steve is going at a 194 pace right now. Moved in.
610.
610. It's makeable.
Yes, it is.
It's not that big design he had last time.
Steve's going to need to cover this.
Good shot. Good shot. All right, the scenario. 172, 192, strike spare. Ron can still go 198. Steve really needs to double here to shut him out.
Yes. A double and count because he can get to 202.
Right.
And the best Ron can do is 198. So should need a double and 7.
That 1-7. Otherwise, Ron can control his own destiny.
Correct. It's one shot at a time here. Ooh.
Oh, little firm, and he rolls the 10. And he is a happy camper.
That he is. Nice.
Wow.
Some days it's your day.
Yeah. I couldn't be any more than Tony Franklin staying in the last regional I bowled. He had thrown it pretty much in the gutter, and somehow the ball stood up on the half board, and it was just wobbling, and the ball turned back, and he gets it really light in the rack late, and he struck. And that was for a three bagger to go against me, and then I went up and I left a smashed hand on a strike, and he proceeded to beat me. And then against Tom Hess, he gets up, gets the first hit in the 10th, a little shaky. The next one was dead through the face. And struck. He had the 6-7, or the 4-7-9, and the 10 went out late, and they all just twisted around and fell, and he won the title like that.
There you go.
And yeah, when it's your day, not a lot you can do about it. It's a big shot right here.
Yes.
for
Steve
the
gets
win.
this one.
Looked pretty good.
Same thing. This time no messenger, so Steve can max out 192 with the spare here.
He has to have a double in the 10th.
Yes.
And it's a lane that he's been struggling on.
Yeah.
In fact, he hasn't struck on that. He struck on that lane in the 4th.
And now he's gonna have to do it twice.
He struck on that lane in the 4th when he switched to that TNT. that's a really solid game. 2 spare conversions, big split conversions. I mean, clean 192. Very respectable. RJ's only had 1 open, and that was a big, what we call PBA washout. Let's see what he does here. Red ball still. A little firmer.
Whoa.
And he got it to stand up and stop. He was inside of his target from the last couple of shots there, but I think he probably made a move.
Okay, now the $1 million question is if he feels like he threw that one good, or he might have felt like he tugged it. If he felt like he tugged it, and his mind kicks in and says, well, I can't do that again, I throw it out, and he hits that hang, he could be in trouble.
Either way, he's going to have to make a perfect shot here.
Yeah.
It's amazing that he got that one. I mean, it's just such a tough shot.
This is for all the marbles. Okay.
Oh, he tripped the 2 pin. He tripped the 2.
Wow.
Oh my goodness. Before we go any further, I forgot to announce the Queen Dream spot. We're gonna go with Harmony Trend.
Okay. Fantastic.
Somebody who has never had a chance to do it. She's a working gal. I believe she's a teacher.
Awesome.
Yeah, I think that's who I'm going to go with. And
Okay.
she'll be the representing the Megan here and the Queens here in a month.
Yes,
So
it's coming quickly.
we'll get her signed up and get her out there, and hopefully she represents as good as Kelly Zapp did
Absolutely.
last year.
Absolutely. Okay, he just needs 5.
5.
Keep it on the lane. Oh, there you go.
Wow.
He covered the gamut. Went really high,
Yeah.
light trip 2, and then goes to Brooklyn.
Unbelievable.
Your winner this year,
Yeah.
Mr. Ron Johnson III.
Yeah. That's a tough break.
Pleasure as always, my friend.
Yeah, always, Rob. Appreciate you
Absolutely.
guys.
You got some
Carry
big
us.
money to give away.
Yeah, I do. Here we go.
Don't take a side trip on the way over there.
Thanks everybody for supporting the tournament for these years. I appreciate it.
Absolutely. Alrighty. That concludes our 5th annual Megan Schissler Memorial Tournament. Thanks to Ricky for doing it. Thanks to Highland Park for hosting it. They did a phenomenal job as normal. And as always, Zach, Eddie, all the crew, Jackson, so on and so forth. It was just the most one of the most phenomenal bowling centers in the state of Colorado for sure. There's a reason why they're getting the PWBA regional. There's a reason why they're getting the senior U.S. Open. This place does it right. So again, thanks everybody for watching. If you haven't, hit that subscribe button. That helps us tremendously, as well as that like button. We appreciate everything. You guys have a great evening.